Here's my data chart right here, running up and down, okay? We zeroed at 36 yards. From 36 yards, I found myself rising at 50, 75, 100, 1. I got a lot of space out here in the yard, as you can see. Lots of space in the yard. And I'm gonna attach the suppressor and I'm gonna start doping this rifle. Doping it is basically trying to read my data on my previous engagement, or read my data that basically this rifle is doing or shooting, what the rise and what the fall of the bullet is. So it's going to be very interesting because I expect it to be shooting really flat, suppressed, and I expect my groupings to be really, really good. So we'll get this on here using a Yankee Hill Turbo K suppressor. We're going to shoot this whole doping with no ears on, so you'll never see me put the ears on because you don't need it. I'm not getting a really big gas blowback into my face. I'm really liking how this is shooting. Really flat. As you can see, I got no ears on. I have no ring in my ears. From 36 yards, I found myself rising at 50, 75, 100, 150, 175. However, look at this. This is not a very large rise with the suppressor on the gun. I'm not getting everything shooting all out the space. Now, 200 yards, I rang in maybe a little bit above 175, maybe about 175. But then, let's come back 225. We're starting to come down. 250 yards, we rang in between our 36 and our 25. So somewhere in between 250 and 225 yards might be our equivalent to our 36 yard zero. I got everything listed right here. 545 by 39 is the round that I'm shooting, 16-inch barrel. I'm using Red Army standard 59 grain ammo. The wind has been moving about 3 miles per hour going from east to west. I'm using a Yankee Hill Machine Turbo K suppressor, and I'm also using a Trigicon RMO optic. This was a good test. Why it is that I want to read the data on this round with this gun is because I might want to get out and do some hunting. So I know if I got a 36 yard zero, at 100 yards, look at my spacing. That's about what my spacing is, the difference between 36 yard zero and 100 yards. The size of my hand, that's the size of the spacing in between 36 yards and 200 yards. And somewhere in between 225 and 250 yards, I actually am getting back to whatever it is my zero is. And that's a peace sign. That's a peace sign. In between the peace sign is where it is my rounds are falling, in between 250 yards and 225 yards. I like what it is I got going on. I suggest everybody get out, try to do some doping on your rifle. It's a very good thing to do.